From a fish with colors so vibrant it looks unreal to another that eats rocks and excretes sand to form beaches, the deep ocean is full of surprises. As if that weren't strange enough, some fish sleep in bubbles of their own mucus, while others have wings, some that can't fly and others that actually do. Join us as we dive into the 15 weirdest fish ever discovered. Number 15. Mandarin fish. The mandarin fish is surely one of the most vibrantly colored and visually striking fish in the ocean, with its wildly bright patterns of orange, yellow, green, and blue. These small fish, reaching only about 2 to 3 inches in length, are found in tropical coral reefs across the Indo-Pacific. What makes the mandarin fish so unusual is its almost psychedelic coloration, unlike any other known fish species. Its body produces blue pigment through special chromatophore cells, a highly rare trait in vertebrates. This vivid mix of colors may seem beautiful to our eyes but serves an important purpose: to signal toxicity and deter predators. The mandarin fish lacks protective scales, instead being coated in a thick mucus that smells terrible and tastes foul. This mucus coating not only deters predators, but also provides the fish with a defense against harmful bacteria and parasites. Interestingly, its coloration is also thought to play a role in social interactions, as brighter hues may indicate a healthier individual. Despite their small size, mandarin fish are territorial and will defend their feeding grounds from intruders, showcasing their bold nature. Their diet primarily consists of small crustaceans and zooplankton, which they forage for meticulously among coral rubble. The colorful display warns potential predators to stay away from this little fish. Even its spines are sharp and venomous. Another oddity is the mating ritual of the mandarin fish. At dusk, the males put on spectacular courtship dances to attract females. Successful pairs will then rise up in the water column while clinging together, releasing egg and sperm clouds in a quick burst before parting ways. While amazingly hued, the mandarin fish is shy and elusive. It spends its days camouflaged amongst coral branches or hidden in the sand, only emerging at night to feed on small invertebrates. This fish is unfortunately sought after for aquariums but rarely thrives in captivity. Number 14. Trumpet fish. With its ridiculously elongated tubular snout that ends in a tiny mouth, the trumpet fish looks unlike any other fish. This peculiar snout can expand to create a vacuum that sucks prey into its mouth, allowing the 3-foot-long trumpet fish to swallow fish larger than itself whole. The trumpet fish propels itself through the water using tiny fins located far back on its body, giving it an almost snake-like swimming motion. It often swims vertically while perfectly camouflaged amongst coral reef structures like sea fans, swaying back and forth with the current. Trumpet fish are also known to imitate the swimming patterns of seaweed or other harmless organisms, making them nearly undetectable to both prey and predators. Their ability to alter skin coloration is so precise that they can replicate the exact patterns and hues of nearby corals or sponges, effectively vanishing into the background. In some cases, trumpet fish have been observed aligning themselves closely with larger, non-threatening fish like groupers or parrotfish to sneak up on unsuspecting prey. Their diet is surprisingly diverse, including small fish, shrimp, and other reef-dwelling creatures, which they ambush with lightning-fast precision. By expanding its highly elastic mouth to the size of its own body, the trumpet fish creates suction that draws in unsuspecting prey. While the trumpet fish may resemble a slimy alien, it fills an important niche in coral reef ecosystems as an ambush predator. Though strange-looking, its specialized adaptations allow it to successfully hunt the small fish and invertebrates it relies on. Number 13. Humphead wrasse. With its massive body, odd facial features, and unique behaviors, the humphead wrasse stands out as one of the weirdest fish in the sea. These giant reef fish grow up to 6 feet long and can weigh over 400 pounds, making them impressively huge. But it's the prominent hump on their forehead that really catches your eye and gives them their name. Their thick, fleshy lips are also strangely human-like. Humphead wrasses undergo a dramatic transformation as they mature, starting life as females and then some becoming males later on. This change is triggered by social hierarchy and environmental factors, ensuring that the population maintains a balance of genders. They are also one of the longest-living reef fish species, capable of surviving up to 30 years in the wild. Interestingly, their striking colors evolve over time as well, with juveniles sporting vibrant green hues that gradually shift to a mix of blues, purples, and yellows in adulthood. These fish also have amazing face recognition abilities. They can identify other individual wrasses, which helps them develop long-term social bonds. One Japanese diver even befriended a humphead wrasse named Yuriko and visited her for over 25 years. He would give her an affectionate kiss each time they met up, showing how intelligent and personable these fish can be. On top of their bizarre looks and behaviors, humphead wrasses eat toxic animals like crown-of-thorns starfish that would sicken other fish. It's mind-blowing that they can safely consume these venomous creatures and thrive. Number 12. Flying fish. This peculiar fish has the extraordinary ability to propel itself out of water and glide through the air using its large wing-like pectoral fins. Though unable to actually fly, the flying fish can leap up to 20 feet above the surface and glide 650 feet. The flying fish's streamlined, torpedo-shaped body can reach speeds over 35 miles per hour in the water. Its powerful asymmetric tail provides the thrust needed to break through the ocean surface and become airborne. Once airborne, the fish can adjust its trajectory by angling its fins, allowing it to change direction mid-glide and evade persistent predators. Remarkably, some flying fish have been observed to perform multiple consecutive glides, dipping back into the water briefly to regain momentum before launching themselves again. Their gliding capability also plays a role in their feeding strategy, as it occasionally allows them to reach plankton-rich waters away from crowded predator zones. Additionally, the shimmering appearance of their scales in the sunlight can confuse predators both above and below the water. Some species even have additional wing-like pelvic fins for stability. This allows the 4-inch to 18-inch fish to gracefully glide long distances, temporarily escaping predators like tuna and dolphin fish that are confined to the water. Though impressive, the flying fish's flight is not perfect. Their takeoffs from the water are awkward, and they lose altitude quickly. And while flying provides an escape from underwater predators, it leaves them vulnerable to aerial predators. But given the flying fish's abundance of enemies in the water, taking to the air likely improves its odds of survival overall. Number 11. Sawfish. With an elongated, flat snout lined with sharp tooth-like denticles, the sawfish truly earns its name. Growing up to 25 feet in length and weighing over 1,300 pounds, these gentle giants use their signature saws to stun and dismember prey. Though they resemble sharks, sawfish are actually rays, with their mouths and gills located on their undersides. Sawfish saws are covered in thousands of electrosensory pores, allowing them to detect even the most subtle movements of potential prey. Remarkably, their saws are not just hunting tools but also defensive weapons, used to fend off predators like sharks. By sweeping their saws from side to side, sawfish can incapacitate schooling fish and dig up crustaceans buried in the seafloor. This unique adaptation also enables them to detect prey in low-visibility environments, a skill critical for their survival in murky coastal waters. Sawfish have also been observed pinning prey to the ocean floor with their saws before swallowing them whole. In addition, their saws play a vital role in maintaining balance and steering as they navigate underwater terrain. Their saws are so effective for hunting that sawfish can thrive even in murky waters where eyesight is useless. While the sawfish's blade-like snout is excellent for catching dinner, it also makes them extremely vulnerable to entanglement in fishing gear. Tragically, their saws, honed over millions of years to perfection, have become their Achilles heel in the modern world. As one conservationist put it, their saws get them into trouble, and then they can't get out. Sawfish once swam in warm coastal waters around the world, but decades of overfishing and habitat destruction have left worldwide populations on the brink of extinction. Of all the quirky evolutionary adaptations in the ocean, the sawfish's iconic snout may also cause its downfall. With cooperative conservation efforts, however, there is hope that future generations will continue to be amazed by these mythical-looking creatures of the deep. Number 10. Archer fish. This tropical fish earned its peculiar name from its incredible ability to shoot streams of water up to 5 feet to knock insects and spiders into the water. Using only water sucked through its gills, the archer fish can hit a bug on the first shot nearly every time. They patiently lurk under mangrove leaves or other vegetation, waiting for an unsuspecting insect to land above. These fish are capable of adjusting the force and angle of their water jets depending on the distance and size of their target, showcasing a level of precision that amazes researchers. Then suddenly, they'll squirt out a high-powered jet of water, knocking the hapless bug into the water where they can gobble it up. But that's not all. The archer fish has excellent eyesight that accounts for the refraction of light at the water surface. While their eyes are underwater, they can precisely aim at a target above the surface. Their unique ability to compensate for the distortion caused by the water-air interface is the result of millions of years of evolution. Their amazing vision and shooting skills make them deadly hunters. To top it off, if the first shot misses, they can shoot up to 6 more times in just one gulp of water. These fish put their remarkable physics skills to work in other ways too. They can even recognize individual faces, a trait rare in fish, making them highly intelligent for aquatic creatures. If another fish tries to steal their prey once it hits the water, archer fish can launch themselves up to 2.5 times their body length out of the water to snatch an insect midair. Found in brackish waters and estuaries from India to Australia, The archerfish grows up to 12 inches long and comes in several species. But they all employ these ingenious and physics-defying hunting methods that allow them to eat well and make them one of the oddest fish around. Now it's time for today's topic. An Australian fisherman made waves in the scientific community after reeling in what may be the weirdest fish ever documented. Caught off the coast of Western Australia, the vibrantly colored creature bore some resemblance to known species like the mahi-mahi, but had several unusual features. Its scales seemed almost metallic, its eyes glowed faintly, and its dorsal fin gave off a bioluminescent shimmer. Curiosity led biologists to analyze its DNA, and what they found shocked everyone. The fish possessed a unique DNA sequence that does not match any known species on Earth. It even contained sequences that resemble extraterrestrial genetic patterns theorized in astrobiology. "We've never seen anything like this," said Dr. Claire Hodges, a marine biologist. "This creature's genetic makeup suggests an origin or evolution entirely distinct from other marine life." Some experts speculate the fish could be a result of contamination from an asteroid impact centuries ago, introducing foreign microorganisms to Earth's oceans. Others propose it could be an unknown species adapting to deep-sea conditions. While tests are ongoing, the bizarre find raises profound questions about Earth's biodiversity and whether life from other worlds might already be influencing our planet. The Fisherman, meanwhile, has nicknamed it Neptune's alien. Number 9. Puffer fish. Puffers utilize an inflating defense to deter predators. When threatened, by gulping water or air into their highly elastic stomachs, they become too awkwardly large and spiny to swallow. Though slow-moving and clumsy swimmers, puffers can execute quick evasive bursts or inflate suddenly if ambushed. Some species also display vibrant warning colors when they inflate, signaling their toxicity to potential predators. But their blow-up act isn't their only deterrent. Pufferfish also contain tetrodotoxin, a deadly neurotoxin concentrated in their organs and skin. The toxin is so potent that one pufferfish holds enough to kill 30 people, and there's no known antidote yet. Their toxin, however, isn't just for defense. It also makes them unpalatable, ensuring predators learn to avoid them. Despite this extreme toxicity, puffer fish meat is considered a delicacy in Japan, called fugu, and some species are deemed safe for consumption when specially prepared. They range dramatically in size, from the tiny 1-inch dwarf puffer to the giant freshwater puffer, reaching over 2 feet long. Their appearance can be just as varied, from cryptically patterned to wildly colorful, and their skin is covered in prickly spines instead of scales. Some puffers are even known to exhibit playful behavior in captivity, engaging with their environment in surprising ways. All puffers possess a distinctive beak formed from 4 fused teeth, adapted at cracking hard-shelled prey like crustaceans and shellfish. Adding to their peculiar nature, puffers have excellent eyesight and can move their eyes independently. They're even among the only bony fish able to close their eyes. Number 8. Mudskipper. This odd fish walks on land using its front fins and spends more time out of the water than in it, breathing air through its skin and the lining of its mouth and throat. It even climbs trees and digs burrows in the mud using its mouth. The mudskipper's eyes can move independently and blink to keep moist, unlike most fish. Their unique eyes give them a panoramic view, allowing them to spot predators and rivals from afar, even in muddy environments. To attract females, males put on flashy mating displays, erecting their large dorsal fins and leaping several feet into the air. They often engage in territorial battles, using headbutts and splashes to intimidate rivals in their muddy domains. After mating in a burrow chamber, the male cares for the eggs, continually bringing mouthfuls of air to oxygenate them. These burrows can extend several feet below the surface and are equipped with chambers for air storage, making them a marvel of mudskipper engineering. At hatching time, he intentionally floods the chamber so the larvae can swim free. Found in tropical regions from Africa to Australia, these acrobatic fish reflect an early transition from water to land. Their ability to move using their front fins, swallow prey by creating a hydrodynamic tongue of water, and adapt to survive extended time on land provide hints to evolution from fish to early walking tetrapods. Though still a fish, the mudskipper exhibits some amazingly unfish-like qualities, making it one of the weirdest fish discoveries, an amphibious oddball still at home in the mud. Number 7. Catfish. With nearly 3,000 species found in freshwater environments worldwide, catfish are an incredibly diverse group of fish. But what makes them weird and fascinating? Certain catfish species, like walking catfish, can actually breathe air and survive on land for short periods, slithering on their fins between pools of water. Some catfish are also able to produce electricity, generating up to 450 volts to stun prey or communicate. The electric catfish of Africa wields this shocking power. Another fascinating feature is their highly developed sensory barbels, or whiskers, which allow them to detect prey in murky waters by sensing vibrations and chemical signals. These barbels are so sensitive they can even pick up the faintest movement of a struggling insect or a fish hiding under debris. Additionally, catfish are known for their ability to thrive in extreme environments, such as highly polluted or oxygen-depleted waters where few other fish can survive. Some species, like the gunch catfish of South Asia, can grow to massive sizes, exceeding 6 feet in length and earning them a reputation as river monsters. Others, like the kangaroo of the Amazon, are infamous for their parasitic behavior, entering the gills or even the orifices of other animals to feed. Though not great swimmers, catfish have extremely hard-to-kill traits for survival. They have bony plates covering their bodies and sharp, venomous spines on their fins that can inflict painful and dangerous wounds. But perhaps the strangest fact about catfish is that some are actually wood-eaters, using their spoon-shaped teeth to rasp away at submerged logs. Scientists have identified around a dozen species that ingest wood, chewing it into tiny fragments. They don't really digest the wood itself, just the algae and microbes living on the wood's surface that their amazing sensory abilities allow them to detect. Whether it's breathing air on land, zapping predators with electricity, inflicting venomous stings, or gnawing away on wood, catfish have an array of weird and wonderful adaptations that make them one of the most fascinatingly strange fish to discover. Number 6. Giant oarfish. Growing up to 56 feet long and weighing over 600 pounds, it holds the record for the longest bony fish in the world. What makes the giant oarfish so unusual is its extremely elongated, ribbon-like body that resembles a sea serpent. It has a long dorsal fin running its entire length and odd oar-shaped pelvic fins that it flaps to swim, giving it its name. Rarely seen alive, giant oarfish inhabit depths over 3,000 feet in the open ocean. Scientists believe the oarfish's thin, flexible body allows it to survive the crushing pressure of deep-sea environments, which would be unbearable for most marine creatures. Despite its size, the giant oarfish moves with surprising grace, undulating its long dorsal fin to propel itself slowly through the water. When threatened, it can produce rapid, snake-like movements, which likely inspired centuries of sea serpent legends. Interestingly, oarfish are also bioluminescent, meaning they can glow faintly in the dark depths of the ocean, adding to their mystique. Researchers have noted that their silver, reflective scales make them nearly invisible to predators in the dim light of the deep. Their diet consists mainly of tiny krill and plankton sucked into their small, toothless mouths. Besides its bizarre shape, the giant oarfish has been linked to sensing coming earthquakes and tsunamis in folklore. Beachings or sightings of the fish are considered an ominous warning sign. While not scientifically proven, numerous accounts before major quakes, like in Japan in 2011, have fueled this belief. Number 5. Flying gurnard. Despite its name and wing-like pectoral fins, the flying gurnard cannot actually fly. When threatened, this weird fish spreads its large, brightly colored fins and glides short distances along the water's surface to startle predators. The flying gurnard uses its fleshy fin rays to essentially walk along the seafloor, searching for small crustaceans, mollusks, and fish to eat. It probes the sand and rocks with specially adapted pelvic fins that act like fingers. Interestingly, the flying gurnard's vibrant fins are not just for show. They are covered in striking patterns of blues and purples, which serve as a warning signal to potential predators. Its ability to walk on the seafloor gives it access to prey in areas where most other fish cannot reach, making it a highly versatile hunter. Some studies suggest that the flying gurnard might also use its walking fins to stir up sediment and uncover hidden prey buried beneath the sand. In addition to its defensive and hunting adaptations, the flying gurnard is a slow but methodical swimmer, using its pectoral fins to glide gracefully across short distances when necessary. Some other fascinating facts about this funky fish are that its head is covered in thick armor-like plates and spikes, giving it a prehistoric appearance. It makes croaking and grunting sounds by vibrating muscles against its swim bladder. The flying gurnard possesses camouflage abilities, altering its colors to match its surroundings. Its large, bulbous eyes give it excellent vision to spot prey and avoid danger in the ocean depths. Number 4. Wolfish. With its long, eel-like body, devilish looks, and rows of sharp teeth, this prehistoric-looking creature lurks on the ocean floor, waiting to ambush its prey. What really makes the wolfish stand out are its impressive choppers. It has canine-like teeth in the front, along with crushing molars in the back, perfect for cracking open hard-shelled animals like crabs, sea urchins, and clams. The wolfish is able to exert an extremely powerful bite thanks to its strong jaw muscles. Beyond its physical attributes, the wolfish has adapted to the frigid waters it inhabits by producing antifreeze proteins in its blood. These proteins prevent ice crystals from forming in its body, allowing it to survive in sub-zero temperatures. This unique adaptation makes the wolfish an important part of cold ocean ecosystems, as it helps regulate populations of hard-shelled invertebrates. Interestingly, despite its fearsome appearance, the wolfish is a delicacy in some coastal regions, and is even considered a sustainable seafood choice due to responsible fishing practices. Adding to its creepy appearance, the wolfish has no scales, just smooth skin with dark vertical stripes running along its body. It propels itself slowly through the water by waving its long body from side to side. The wolfish inhabits both the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, living at depths of around 1,000 to 2,000 feet. It sticks close to rocky habitats where it can blend in and hide, waiting for unsuspecting prey to pass by. While the wolfish may look like something out of a horror movie, it generally minds its own business unless threatened. However, one fisherman in Japan once caught a giant 6-foot-long specimen weighing over 200 pounds, 5 times the normal size. This Godzilla wolfish caused quite a stir on social media, with some claiming it must be a mutant caused by radioactive fallout from the Fukushima nuclear disaster. Scientists believe it was likely just an extremely old fish, not a radiation mutant. Number 3. Parrotfish. This vibrantly colored fish, found in coral reefs, has not one but two exceedingly strange habits. First, it actually eats rocks using its parrot-like beak. The parrotfish rasps algae off of coral and rocks. Its teeth are incredibly strong, even harder than iron. The parrotfish grinds up the coral and rocks with teeth located in its throat, digests the edible bits, then excretes the rest as sand. Each parrotfish can produce over 1,000 pounds of sand per year. Without the parrotfish constantly pooping out sand, there would be no sandy beaches in the tropics. Interestingly, some parrotfish species play a crucial role in coral reef health by actively removing harmful algae, which allows corals to thrive and grow. Additionally, their grazing behavior creates small gaps in coral reefs that provide habitats for other marine organisms, promoting biodiversity. Despite their importance, parrotfish face threats from overfishing and habitat destruction, which jeopardize their critical role in maintaining tropical ecosystems. Conservationists now advocate for marine protected areas to safeguard these fascinating fish and their habitats. The parrotfish's second bizarre habit is the way it sleeps at night. It secretes mucus from its mouth that envelopes its entire body, creating a cocoon. This mucus cocoon hides the parrotfish's scent from predators and may also warn the parrotfish if a predator disturbs it. Some species can even change color temporarily to mimic other species and avoid predation. The humphead parrotfish adds to the weirdness. It's the largest parrotfish, growing up to 4 feet long and weighing up to 165 pounds. Its forehead bulges out as it matures, giving it a very unusual face. With its brightly colored body, crushing teeth, camouflaging mucus cocoon, gender-bending reproduction, and sand-making digestion, the parrotfish exhibits some of the oddest traits in the ocean. Its vital ecological roles show nature's inventiveness in creating such a peculiar fish. The parrotfish's form and function not only make it count among the weirdest fish but also one of the most wondrous. Number 2. Sunfish. The sunfish is one of the weirdest looking fish found in the ocean, with its unique flattened body shape, tiny fins, and large dorsal and anal fins. It looks like it's missing the back half of its body. The largest sunfish ever recorded weighed in at a whopping 6,049 pounds and measured over 10 feet long and 11 feet tall. This behemoth was discovered floating near the Azores Islands in Portugal in December 2021. Sunfish undergo one of the most extreme size transformations in the animal kingdom, growing from less than an ounce as larvae to thousands of pounds as adults. Their bizarre truncated shape is a result of their back fin folding into itself as it grows. Despite their ungainly appearance, sunfish are surprisingly fast swimmers, reaching speeds of 15 miles per hour. One fascinating fact about sunfish is their incredible reproductive strategy. A single female can lay up to 300 million eggs at a time, making them one of the most prolific spawners in the animal kingdom. Scientists believe the strategy evolved to offset the high mortality rate of their larvae. These odd fish are also known for their penchant for sunbathing at the ocean surface, which warms their bodies after deep dives into colder waters. This behavior often leads to boat strikes, as they can appear as stationary floating objects from above. Furthermore, sunfish are a crucial part of the marine ecosystem, controlling jellyfish populations that could otherwise grow unchecked. Adding to their weirdness is their voracious appetite for jellyfish. Their tiny mouths and beak-like teeth are perfectly adapted to sucking up these squishy invertebrates. A single sunfish needs to consume hundreds of pounds of jellies every week to support their massive bodies. Sunfish also use unusual techniques to get rid of skin parasites, like breaching the surface or laying on their sides to invite birds to pick parasites off their skin. Number 1. Sarcastic fringehead. What makes this fish so weird is its enormous mouth in relation to its body size. The fringehead gets its name from the frilly, fleshy flaps above its eyes, but it's the mouth that's really shocking. When threatened, The fringe head can open its mouth up to 4 times its regular size, wider than the length of its own head. It reveals a fierce double row of sharp teeth and intimidating blue and yellow colors inside. This dramatic display not only deters predators, but also serves as a way to establish dominance within its territory. Scientists believe this mouth expansion evolved as a way to maximize the fish's intimidation factor without requiring physical violence in every encounter. Interestingly, fringeheads are extremely territorial, fiercely guarding their chosen homes from intruders regardless of their size. They are also opportunistic feeders, consuming small fish, crustaceans, and plankton that wander too close to their hideouts. Their aggressive behavior isn't limited to their own species. Fringeheads have been known to confront much larger creatures, such as divers, if they perceive them as threats. Despite their combative tendencies, fringeheads play a role in maintaining the balance of their ecosystems by preying on smaller species that could otherwise overpopulate. The fringehead uses this extraordinary mouth display to battle other fringeheads for prime real estate, abandoned shells, tubes, and crevices on the seafloor that they use for shelter. The females even select mates based on their home quality. The males fight by facing off and literally attacking each other mouth to mouth, pressing their gaping jaws together to determine who has the biggest mouth and strongest bite. Adding to its weirdness, the sarcastic fringehead has been observed inhabiting all kinds of human trash on the ocean floor, from glass bottles to plastic tubes. They don't seem picky about their shelter, as long as it's a tight fit. Which of these weird fish surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to check out our other videos showing up on the screen, and I'll see you next time.